So Sens Oilers, what a week for the University of Alberta. Why, Leon? Because Derek Ryan, you saw him get that shootout winner last Saturday on Hockey Night in Canada, Golden Bear. PWHL first win in history is Howie Draper, 26 years at the helm of the Pandas, but a Golden Bear too, so U of A. And Chris Knobloch, Ottawa, you got to know, the coach of the Oilers is 16-6. As we get set for the game in Edmonton, there's Scott O. Scott, to you. Happy New Year.
Okay, Ron, writing off the Oilers during their crisis start to the season was all the rage, but not so fast, because we are witnessing perhaps the most impressive NHL turnaround since the Blues went from dead last to the Stanley Cup in 2019. You'll recall the Edmonton mantra was Stanley Cup or bust, and the odds makers bought into that by installing the Oilers as a favorite. But the stumble began on opening night, and a month into the season, 14 points out of the playoffs, the head coach was fired. Then in December, Connor McDavid caught fire to move from nowhere up to third in the scoring race, and now here are the Oilers scorching hot with a chance to move into a playoff spot tonight. Senators have gone through a coaching change of their own, and they desperately require an Oiler-like turnaround. Led by Brady Tkachuk, they have one of the best young cores in the NHL, but it's looked very fragile of late, and most recently the Senators have begun a 5-game road trip with 2 losses. But there's still plenty of time and enough talent for a push. It's just that it has to begin immediately, if not sooner, as in tonight would be a good time to start. And Ron, Happy New Year to you, Jen, Kelly, and Kevin. Yeah. And somehow Elliot has been left off the list. I don't know what happened.
Ken Reed hates when you say Happy New Year anytime after 1 in the morning on the first day of the year. So we've got quite an event going on tonight. Listen, you, Elliot, caught your ear with something finally.
Well, I was actually listening to Scott there for once too, and then Elliot said on headlines that Ottawa's looking for, or they're kind of sniffing around for some good pros. And what Scott said about a fragile young core, it makes me worry a little bit about, they're worried about those young guys. They're losing a lot of games, and they're letting in a lot of goals against. Mentally, they're probably a little bit worried about them. Go ahead, Bud.
Well, I know you're going to talk about McDavid, so I'll say one of his line mates, Zach Hyman, has just been unbelievable. One of the best free agent signings in the NHL last couple of years, 22 goals, doing it all.
You know, we've kind of left McDavid out of the Hart Trophy conversation. We're talking about McKinnon, we're talking about Panarin, we're talking about Matthews, we're talking about Crosby. I think the other night he said, I'm still in this. Don't forget about me.
Yeah, a lot of us are saying that might be his greatest performance.
Kucherov.
Yeah, you didn't say Kucherov.
Yes. Yeah, it's Kucherov.
You got to show the Crosby winning the icing race too. That's he's got the goals, but that.
How much time do we got, Brian?
Yeah. Brian, we're out of time again. This is the Golden Bachelor. We keep getting told to zip it.